Hello guys and welcome to a new video. This one will be about the support build for the Tempest in World vs World. Let's get into it. The first thing is you need full minstrel stats for your gears. Everything is minstrel because you will need to tank, you are a melee class, and also you need healing power and concentration since you will buff your allies with boons and with heals. So you will need these stats. The rune is the trooper because we use the shouts. We have 5 shouts and we will remove some conditions when we use the shouts for the 6 bonus effect from the rune of the trooper. Then weapons, we run Dagger on with energy and transference. And here another set, it's just I put the stuff, but you should use Dagger actually. It doesn't really matter because we just use this weapon set for the stacks of benevolence, which is increasing healing to other allies. So you use the stuff for the Dagger with the benevolence, you reach 25 stacks of benevolence, and then you swap back to the other stack, to the other weapons set. The trinkets are all minstrel, of course. And then let's get into the traits. Here we have fire. I usually run the lesser cleansing fire for more cleanses on myself, because the other traits are for damage and we don't really need it. Then here smothering auras. Fire auras have increased duration, applying auras to allies remove conditions, and transmuting auras remove condition from nearby allies. This is the main trait we use on the support Tempest because we have so many auras and so many cleanses, so this is the most important trait on the Tempest. Here we should run Pyromancer Puissance, which give us some might when we use skills on fire, and when we reach the maximum stacks of this trait, which is 10 stacks of might, these stacks will be removed and grant might to allies around us, and it will damage enemies around us. It's a very good tool to buff the might on your allies. You could also run Blinding Ashes, which applies 4 seconds of blindness on a target when you burn them, once every 8 seconds per target. It's not that bad, I actually like it, but as a support you should pulse might to your allies so they deal more damage. Then on water we have stop, drop and roll, which makes us our dodges once every 10 seconds to remove burning and shield. Here cleansing wave, remove conditions from nearby allies when not tuning to water, it's an additional cleanse. Then here we run powerful aura. Any aura you grant yourself is granted to nearby allies, which is another huge trait since we run the unstable conduit. When we finish an overload we gain fire aura, we gain the aura based on the overload, and we will share it with the other allies with powerful auras, and also this will apply on every aura we get, of course. Then here we run invigorating torrents. Auras you grant also grant regeneration and vigor, so basically we will provide permanent regeneration and vigor with our shouts, as you can see. Then here we have elemental bastion, which is our main tool to heal, and heal allies you grant an aura too. Considering how many auras we give, we will heal for a lot. And now I will just tell you how to play the Tempest, which with my commentary on the previous gameplay video I posted like 4 days ago. Okay, let's get into the commentary now. Let's start the fight. Okay, I recommend usually to start on the air attunement because you will have a ready aura here on the skill 3. And also you have mobility, the skill 4, the skill 5 is an evade, and also the overload is a strong CC after you finish it because it will apply your skill 3 aura, your shocking aura again, so you will have double shocking aura for 5 persons, and also this will be a good CC when you engage on melee, like the enemy will attack you and they will get stunned or get a stack of stability removed if they have stability, so I would recommend using it. I got the overload stunned, then I swap to water, which is your main tool to heal and to remove conditions. As you saw, I pressed the skill 4, which is the aura, and I immediately transmuted it The skill 4 has a big cooldown, 20 seconds, but the transmute has 3 seconds per hour, so you can abuse this stuff, and you should always do it, as you will see, and I will explain how. Then I use the skill 5, which is a big heal and another cleanse, AoE cleanse. Skill 2 is to feel, and you should use it almost off cooldown. It will heal your allies in front of you, with you breathe in front of them and you will heal them. Then I started the overload because we are about to clash and I wanted to be finished before we clash, and so it will not be stunned or interrupted even if I have a big 14 stacks of stability here. I overload for more cleanses. At the end of the overload I get the water, the frost aura, and I transmute it. When you transmute it, you will remove conditions because of the traits, and also you will heal. So it's a very big tool considering how many frost auras you can get. Then I use the skill 2 again on my allies, but they are full HP. And then here I'm not using anything, but my party has no conditions or damage dealt, so I don't really need to heal them. You don't have to waste your heals. I use skill 4 again, and I will share this. And don't forget that the skill 4, that the frost aura will apply a buff on your allies, which is not removable, which makes our allies to get less 10% damage from the enemies. So it's and it also stacks with protections, so it's very good. I still keep my transmute because the transmute is to heal and to remove conditions. My party is full HP and no conditions on them. Now I transmute it. Skill 5 to remove conditions and heal, but my party is kinda full. I don't know what the enemy is doing here. Skill 2 to heal. Then I overload, but I go on the side, as you saw. As you see, I don't go full melee because I fear that I can get interrupted. I also have no stability at the moment, so just a stun or a fear on anything, and my overload is stunned. The overload will remove conditions on every pulse, and at the end it will be a big pulse which heals and apply the frost aura, of course. So I finish the overload here. I get again my frost aura, which I can transmute. I use Wash the Pain Away to heal my allies because they needed HP. And then here maybe I shouldn't have swapped to air, but I did, so let's see how it goes. I use the skill 3 because it's an aura and it will share, and also it will be CC, like as I said earlier. I use the rebound. Rebound will apply a buff on your allies, and if they get lethal damage for once, they will not die, but they will get healed. And instead, if they don't die, they will get an aura based on your current attunement. So now I am on fire, and if the rebound effect ends while I am on fire, every ally around me will get a fire aura. I recommend using rebound while in water, so they get the frost aura, and you can transmute it after it applies. Here I use the skill 3 to run on them. Skill 4, which is a fire field, and then you should always follow with the skill 3 from the earth, because if there is a fire field on the ground, you will leap, and you will get fire aura on yourself. But with the trait on the water, every aura we get, it is shared on our allies. So I would always recommend using a skill which applies a fire field on the ground, and then using the skill 3 from the earth, which applies the fire aura. So it's an additional aura and cleanse and heals and everything. The skill 2 will block some projectiles for like 2 seconds. Here I have nothing left. The fight is over. I use the skill, the attunement, the overload for the earth which is a big pulsing cripple field, and also at the end it will apply immobilize, and it will also give me stability, and of course the shocking aura at the end. Okay, this fight is done. Let's see another one maybe. Okay, starting from the air attunement. Skill 5, skill 2. My allies have some conditions. I transmute the frost aura to remove them. I go overload. The overload is a huge tool to remove the conditions and to heal. Again, frost aura, I transmute it, wash the pain away. Skill 4 from the fire. I think I will use the skill 3 now from the earth for the fire aura. Okay, no, I used it a bit later, but it's okay, I guess. The skill 4 from your earth skill, from your earth dagger, is a big CC around you. It's a bit slow. Skill 5 for some more CC. The fight is done here. My party is sustained kinda well, even if I didn't heal a lot. Like I made the damage almost all the time. I just hit the enemies, of course. Let's see here what happens. Okay, my allies are full HP. Here we get some conditions. Water aura and transmute it. Skill 5 for some more cleanses and heals. Overload to remove the conditions. We are clashing. I also transmuted the aura here. Then I used the shout for the frost aura, and I transmute it. A rebound, then the shocking aura, and transmute it. Now I wait for my shocking aura. Here it goes from the rebound, and I transmute it. I use the leap for, which is also an evade. The skill 3 from the earth is also an evade. Wash the pain away is a condi cleanses at the final pulse, and also it will heal a lot for all the pulses. Here water again, skill 4 and transmute. Skill 5, skill 2 for some additional heals. Every shout basically, because my allies had many condis. Here another shout for the super speed. The condi cleanses from the attunement here, from the overload. Skill 4 again. Okay, so I would recommend always, most of the time you should stay in the water attunement. You should press the skill 4 and then transmute it if needed. Then you can use the shout here, which is another tool to heal AoE, since you will apply the frost aura, and also you gain another frost aura which you can transmute. Also you can get the frost aura from the rebound final effect. Also you can get another frost aura from the overload ending, from the water overload ending. And also there is another passive frost aura from the trait on the Tempest, like the final trait, the heal one. If you get stuck below 75% HP, if I remember correctly, something like that, and you will get another frost aura. And these frost auras must always be transmuted, because they will heal for a lot and remove conditions, because you will transmute them. For the utility skills, you should choose, I think, the frost aura and the fire aura shouts must always be chosen, because they are low cooldown and you can transmute the the water aura. And for the last skill you should use the super speed one, or maybe the aftershock, which is the magnetic aura, the earth aura. Or if you are in an organized content group, you should use the glyph for the resting, which is very huge. On the earth you can rest up to 3 people. Thank you for watching, and see you on to the next video.